Guys, yes, so let's sit and talk. So I stumbled on a post on Instagram. I've actually seen this post. I think I saw it last week or so. Then I even sent it to my sister. The reason is because I can actually relate to that post. But today a friend of mine pinned it and also tagged me, and I saw it. So this post is about a guy. He made a video. He said, okay, oh, do you know, sometimes, not like sometimes, you can be touching your savings and giving it to someone who doesn't want to touch their savings. And I can relate to that statement 100%. And that takes me back to the time a friend of mine approached me for money. I think maybe a few years ago, let's just say 3 years ago. The time this person asked me for money, she knew it was later on, though it wasn't bad she asked me for money. We'll get to the part where I found what she did as being bad. But normally for me, I'm this person, anyways, that's by the way. Okay, so let me just say what happened. So this person approached me for money. The money was over 2 million. I won't be specific. So it was over 2 million naira. And she said if I could loan her the money. That day was a Sunday. I just got back from church. So when I saw the message, and at the time, I was processing my visa. I had not even put in my application, but I was just I was waiting for my passport. My passport was delayed. So I was waiting for my passport, but everything, I was already ready with everything, just my passport. And at the time, when you're applying to Canada, being a dependent, I was coming in as a worker, despite the fact my own husband might have shown the proof of fund, that, oh, he has sufficient fund for he and his family coming, because he was already in Canada at the time. Of course, we also put it in the application that I run a business. And of course, if you have done the Canada immigration thing, you show your proof of fund, you show your business registration, the cash inflow and outflow of your business. So I also needed funds. That's a time where you need funds. You're careful of how you even spend money. You don't even, sometimes you put some things on hold because that proof of fund has to be there, right? It has to be in your account. So you're not, you're not just touching some money. You're touching money, but you're not touching so much, you understand, because you are processing something, which this person is very much aware of, because she also had gone through the same process. And I can remember vividly at the time she was running her process. Sometimes she'll say, oh, I would have bought this thing, but because I need to keep money for proof of fund, that's why I'm not touching some money, right? So this person approached me for money, fine. And so I had the money to give her, but I'm like, no, I'm not giving the entire money, because me safe, they use the money. So I said, okay, I'll give you part of the money. So I said, okay, I don't have everything, but I'll give you part of the money. You understand. On a normal day, this person is not meant to approach me for money, because that I'll be using money at the time. You are aware. You understand. So I don't see why you should be asking me. I shouldn't be the person you come to. You understand? Because you understood, you've been through that process. You understood everything. I remembered you knew, any little thing, be like, I don't want to touch my money because of this. You understand? So fine. I transferred the money, and she said, okay, she'll be paying by the end of that month. The end of the month came, this person didn't pay. I didn't even pay attention to it, you understand? And one thing with me, when I loan people money, I feel you should be sensible enough. Or sometimes when some people buy things from me on credit, I feel, and you give it time, I think you should be sensible enough to know that, yes, it's time for you to pay. So I don't even bother pursuing you. It's when you're now trying to, then I'd be like, you'd be like, say, don't forget, say you owe me. So that 1 month passed. I didn't hear anything. I didn't even ask. You understand? The second month came. I didn't hear anything, Then I think towards the third month, then, that period was this period of cashless policy. That time was, I won't lie, that time was the most horrible time for me in Nigeria. And that time you go to the filling station, they tell you, oh, some people will say they will not sell fuel to you because you're coming with POS, you're coming with card. You want to use POS, except you come with cash. You understand? They wanted cash. So I remember going to the filling station with my mom. That particular filling station, they had fuel and the queue was not much. And they were like, oh, they're not going to take card. you're not using POS to make payments, you have to come with cash. I mean, I was not having cash. I have a bad habit of not holding cash. I don't know how to hold much cash. So I was like, I beg, I beg, I beg. So then while I got there, I was still trying to, like, I'm going to convince the guy that, okay, let me pay with card now. So this message just popped up. I just saw, there's this way your WhatsApp message or some of your messages just pop up. You can read it. You're yet to open it, but you can actually read it because it pops up, at the top of your phone. So I saw the message. I didn't open it, but I could read through, and I saw where the person said, okay, I think I eventually opened the message. Then I read, hey, hi babe, I would like to pay your money, but please, I want to be paying this money small because I don't want to touch my business money. I read the thing, I closed the message. I said, okay, because one thing with me, when I'm in the filling station, like the gas station, I don't like, operating my phone, the fear of explosion. I don't want it. So I closed the message. I'm like, when I get home, I'll read this message again. So I went to get my fuel from another gas station or filling station, because I'm talking about Nigeria, so it's filling station. So, and when I got back home, I opened the message again. I read it. Babe, what's up? I want to pay your money. I want to pay your money small because I don't want to touch my business money. I don't want to touch my business money. Yes, those were exact words. I looked at the message. I'm like, how selfish could you be? Because I remembered when you sent me this message, I was touched by the message. And that was why, one thing in my mind, I wanted to give her everything. But on the other hand, I'm like, no, I'm not giving. If I had given her everything, I still have sufficient funds for my proof of funds. It wasn't a problem. But sometimes I don't know. When it comes to money, I follow what my mind, because I don't want to do something against my mind, and at the end of the day, I regret it. So at that point, I said, no, I'm not giving you the entire money. I'll give you some of it. Because I don't like pushing some impressions into people, you understand? So I gave her part of it. So seeing the message, I'm like, are you for real? You want to be paying my money small because you don't want to touch your business money? Where you been to say I become all the money from? I don't understand. You be to say me, I get the money where I give you, to say me, I get them as money where they use play. Now for my business money, I take all that money to give you. Don't be say I get the money for somewhere. Now my business money, I take all that money to give you. When I read the message, I'm like, are you for real? Oh, you don't want to touch your business money. But do you know I took that money out of my business money? Oh, you thought I took it from my pocket money or the money I use in, I don't understand. And that day it dawned on me that people can be selfish. So you have to look out for yourself. So that post, I could relate to the post of the guy saying, you touch your savings and you give it to someone who doesn't want to touch their savings. Sometimes you are the one funding people's extra lifestyle, you don't know. I've had someone, that day, I think I was cleaning my TV, then the person sent me a message. I want to buy Ashwebi. Please give me money to buy Ashwebi. I looked at this person. Even me, one thing with me, the way I live my life, I know they do pass my power. I can afford some things, but I don't go for even some of the things I can afford. One of my friends made a statement, and I was surprised that friend could study me and she understood me very well. I think that was our service here. If Mama can watch this video, she made a statement, because while we were serving, all of us were like, we wrote this list, like, oh, when I finish school, when we feel before service, I want to have this particular amount in my account. I want to have, then Samsung 3 was the one ringing for Samsung, right? And everybody was like, I want to finish service here with Samsung 3. I want to live with these. I want to be able to do with these. Everybody had their list, you understand? My friend said something, and I was shocked. Maybe she doesn't remember. She said, Tumisha, you know why I like you? She said, you can afford something, but when that thing doesn't freak you, if it's not, you don't do it. You don't force yourself to do it because everybody's doing it. At that time, all my friends had Samsung 3. Yes. But I wasn't pursuing. In fact, that time I was using one Techno. Now, not like I could not afford to buy the Samsung 3. But there are some things that are not really my thing. Even that's why even this iPhone thing, I just started using iPhone. Despite being someone who works for the product, We change, we produce, we bring out new, I think we bring out our new phones in September. I don't rush to buy the latest one because I'm not really a gadget freak. Sometimes I'll say I'll buy, later I'll just drop back. I'll buy, not like I cannot afford it. You understand? And some people just want you to fund that extra thing. They don't live within their means. Now you tell me to come and buy Ashwebi for you. Me, I know they buy Ashwebi because I know say if I buy Ashwebi, now one time I go wear them, I no go fit wear the clothes again. Then I gift it out, and that's quite a lot of money because we all know how much Ashwebi costs. So what I do most of the times before I left Nigeria is that if you tell me your Ashwebi is this, maybe 50,000 or something, I give you part of the money and say, take, I dash you. I'm not doing Ashwebi because I noticed the Ashwebis I've bought, I only wore them once. I don't even see myself wearing them twice. I try to, and that thing has really helped me. You understand? I don't squeeze myself, and whatever I want to do, I do very comfortably well. If I do anything, if I want to treat myself well, I take my time, I treat myself because yes, I can afford it. I don't do it, stress myself doing it, or I'm managing to do it. No, you understand? And I don't kill myself or choke myself because I want to do something. That's what many people's problem. They make you fund their extra lifestyle while you are hustling for the money. Then you're saving your money. Then they want you to pick out from your savings, and you push, you give them to do whatever they want to do. They're not even using it for major needs. These days, in a person will say, I never chop. Hey, that's a very good reason. Not come and tell me, make I pay for your Ashwebi. So that's by the way. So this life, we learn every day. When I saw the post, I could relate properly to the post. I'm just like, this is me. Somebody once told me, I don't want to touch my business money. Can I be paying your money in bits? I had to tell her, I said, you know what? No. You know what? Take your time, pay the money. You can save the money with yourself. When the money is complete, you transfer my money. Because the truth is, I carry full money, give you. I don't give you in bits. I don't tell you, say, oh, make I borrow you this money small. I borrowed you in full. So please pay my money in full. Make we know, look each other face. And I just said it with a very cool mind, you understand? I said, just take your time. That's one thing. I prefer you take your time than no scatter money for my hand. Because you know how, many of you, if you've had that experience, if you scatter money, they scatter money for you, go hate them. You will not be able to account for that money. So people can be very selfish. People can be using you to fund their extra lifestyle. In as much as you want to give, you give, apply sense when giving. Apply sense when borrowing people money, because some people try to think they are smart, very smart. On this life, I've met with different type of human beings. In fact, if I'm to write a book, not just one book, I'll be writing 7 books about the type of human beings I've met in this life. Anyways, I'm going for a boat cruise, so my driver is almost here. Fortunately for me, this country, I found someone who could relate to me. So this is the person he's taking me. I want to go shop for, because my box was full. So I didn't even bother putting some extra things. I want to go shop for something, an outfit, because we're having a boat party. Yes. So I'm going for a boat party, and it's going to be fun. Honestly, it's going to be fun. I'll be back in the evening, and yeah, this is a short jumpsuit, and I like it. It's simple, but so we are going to Sauna Island. We'll stop at the beach first, then we'll go to Sauna Island. We'll do, I don't know, but anyways, but I'm not swimming. Now only me day here. My family no day here. I know sabi swim. Yes, I know sabi swim. So I'm not even going to go enter river. I stay in the boat. I say boat. I stay in the boat. I dance. I jump, I take pictures as usual, my thing, and I have fun. But entering water, now only me day here. Nobody day here. The way I know they pass by power. So guys, I'm going out. So that is it. Yeah, I styled my hair. So